put out for black women, black girls. So all of the 0.9% of y'all that's going to listen to this, all of the 1.5% maybe of you black women that are going to listen to this, I wanted to once again say you got to be cautious and aware and weary, quite frankly. This is another teachable moment. Huh? Oh man, Brooklyn Finance is just I just saw it. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna leave that up for a little while though. Yep, that's saying. So black women, this is another cautionary tale. Man, Blue Sox just became a member. I don't have the clapping background. But thank you for that, Blue Sox. Blue Sox, the newest member. I think Blue Sox. I think you might have bumped me back up to because somebody fell off, so it went back down to 21. I think you're either 22 or 23. I don't remember if somebody had come back and it was 22 again. Either way, we 2 to 3 people away from really starting to get underway with and yes, Mr. Z's waiting for 25. Z, has been a couple of weeks. I know. We've been hovering between 21 and 22 for like 2 weeks now.
Stabbed, shot. But when a white man do it, that's when you say something. Then they're gonna say, "Oh, she was throwing shade at black men." She never threw any shade at black men. All her caption said was "soft life this, soft life that." She was never talking shit about black men. And y'all are making fun of a dead woman. Is it because black women rejected you in high school or some shit like? I know better to not make fun of the dead. But I guess some of y'all wasn't raised right.
So the other day I posted a video about how Ashlee Janae, an Instagram girly I followed for a long time on Instagram, tragically was unalived in her hotel room on her birthday, supposedly, I believe it was her birthday, in Tanzania. And the responses I've received are actually so sick. It's not sat right with me since reading them, and I'm still receiving them. So let me address the larger issue first before I go into the smaller things. A black woman was unalived at the young age of 31, reported that she did it herself by her, I'm sorry I said husband, y'all are so hooked up on that, by her fiance, an older white man. And the response, like I said, was sickening. You may not have agreed with her takes about how she doesn't no longer at the time, later in her short-lived life, date black men. I don't agree with that. I date black men. But y'all were so hooked up on that fact that to the point where y'all was like basically insinuating that she deserved to no longer be on this earth with us. Femicide in any capacity is the problem. That's the issue at hand. Why would you come onto my video and comment laughing emojis, comment pasta and lobster, memes, gifts? Oh, she passed doing what she wanted to do, rest in preference. And side note, for the demographic that I'm in, Ashlee Janae was in, for the least likely across race and gender to date outside of our race, to get that response from the demographic that across race and gender that is most likely to date outside of our race, you would think that there would be a little more like understanding that the issue at hand that I was speaking about was just femicide and the loss of a young black life. But based off of those statistics, it's like, oh, well, I see why you wouldn't care that much.
My issue with the Ashlee Janae situation is I feel like a lot of motherfuckers just want to say gotcha to a black woman. Like, I feel like a lot of people are trying to pull up these old tweets from 2015, 2012 of her saying some shit that honestly ain't that controversial, right? And last time I checked, I thought it was okay for everybody to be on Twitter during the early 2000s saying whatever the fuck they wanted to say. Now, all of a sudden, y'all want to feel like it's a gotcha moment because this black girl got killed by this white man. But 2 weeks ago, a black vice mayor in Florida got killed by her black husband. Next day, a woman by the name of Tracy McCullum got killed by her black pastor husband. And ain't nobody in outrage about that shit. So my thing is like, if you want to have a conversation about when black people date interracially and they start bashing each other, that's a separate conversation.
The response to all of this from black men is so like hostile. Like, did she say something bad about black men? Because this is a little bit more than the usual hotepery foundational black American hating on, you feel me, the loving the Virginia tees. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like niggas are being like hostile. Like, damn. Like it definitely gives she was into it, and I'm just trying to figure out what, like, I missed something, and that's okay because like I said, I wasn't familiar with her. But can someone fill me in? Because I swear I've been reading some of these comments like, hold on, y'all, hold on. This lady, she must have did something. No, not to deserve death. I'm saying, you know how y'all get when you have someone on radar that you have a problem with and then something happens. You know how y'all get.
So I wanted to respond briefly to the outrage that some black women are having to the negative response, the insults, and at best, some of the apathy that they're getting from black men regarding Ashlee Janae's unaliving. And, I've said before, and I will continue to say that I don't ever see a reason to celebrate the untimely death of really anybody, honestly. It's not funny to me to see somebody face an untimely death, even if I don't particularly agree with them or don't agree with their ideology, or even think that some of the things that they're saying might be toxic or problematic. To me, there's never a reason to celebrate the dead, to talk ill of the dead. I just don't support that personally. So I'll be the first to say that. However, you do have a lot of black women who have either, I see a mixture of just frustration, of outrage, of disgust towards black men, and then also confusion and not understanding what's going on. And see, the thing is, while I've acknowledged that I don't think it's particularly right for anybody to make fun of Ashlee Janae for, being unalived or, herself unaliving, depending upon the narrative that you believe. The thing is, there's a lot of black women who are acting as if black men are just coming out of nowhere doing these things, that they are just randomly picking on black women for no reason, just because they're black, because they don't want to see them happy.
Hey, welcome back to Toon Runners right now. And we want to talk about Ashlee Robinson, Ashlee Joanne? I forgot her name. Get her Instagram name. But Ashlee Robinson, Joanne, is the soft life influencer who in the Vester, who went to Tanzania and was proposed and accepted, and a little bit later she ended up being unalived. Not much to say. She made her choice. She said some things, not too happy with black men. She made the choice, and she's I feel bad for the family. I feel bad for her. I'm sure she wasn't trying to be unalived, but it happens. We don't know what happened. It seems like they're holding his passport so that he cannot leave the country. So hopefully they do an investigation, and hopefully justice will be served. But you have to always, when you leave in the country, and this is something that a lot of other countries and people do, they don't let their daughters leave the country without being married. So if you're going to go on, if your boyfriend shouldn't be taking you out of the country unless you are super. I mean, you really should be getting married to the man at her age, in his age. If y'all want to get together, get married, and before you go. That way, there's a little bit of loyalty. There's a little bit of, so hopefully they got some insurance together. Hopefully there's other things that work together. But like she said, we, I've been saying this a lot. You know, F around, you find out. Now, she was happy for a minute. She was enjoying herself, and we don't know what happened. So, and I don't naive can't say anything about, she made a choice. And when you make a choice, you have to live by the choice that you make. You know, you know, I'm a little bit flabbergasted. I wish you didn't. I wish that we can all get along. We can all get along and get together. But there has to be a coming of minds. We have to get together and unite and make agreements and live by those agreements and make deals and live by those deals. We have social contracts. I supposed to do my part, you supposed to do your part. But like I said, she didn't even get married to 31 years old. She never got married. She just didn't get married. And the thing is, she thought she found somebody, and maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But like I said, all I can say is, you have to be very careful in this world. Whoever you're going out with, you always have to, be safety minded. Get with people. Get with their family. Have your family know their family, and you have to hope for the best, but you have to try to get aligned. And but I wish your family the best, and say it's something that we don't even really, something that we don't worry about, because I try to find a woman who's going to be on my program and who's going to work with me. I think we all try to find that. She should find a man that she was going to get in his program and work with him. You shouldn't be fighting. You shouldn't be going on your trip and fighting on your trip. You just got engaged. Are you fighting? That's not a good sign for a marriage. That's definitely not. And we shouldn't be really a smart person. I'm not going out of the country and trying to fight with anybody. If I go out of the country, I'm looking to enjoy myself. I'm not looking to fight you. If we have to fight at home, we fight at home. But we're gonna work. We're gonna both try to make things work. Especially when we're out of town. We're supposed to be on the trip having fun, enjoying yourself. But this is Tomb Runners. Roy Nell. Peace.